Join me as I dive into the darkest corners of my mind and try to face the spookiest nightmares that are guaranteed to give you goosebumps. Nightmares have a way of tapping into our deepest fears, making us question what's real and what's not. They could be a reflection of our subconscious mind, revealing hidden anxieties, worries that we may not even be aware of. From creepy crawlies to supernatural entities, nightmares can be a thrilling yet terrifying ride. Our brains are wired to respond to threats, and nightmares are a manifestation of that response. At number 1, the haunted dollhouse. When you think of haunted doll, none of which you probably have laying around. Still, don't get too comfortable around any kids' toys too soon. Though, a Disney's Frozen Elsa doll that was gifted for Christmas in 2013 in the Houston area made headlines earlier this year when it suddenly became haunted. The doll recited phrases from the movie Frozen and sang "Let It Go" when a button on its necklace was pressed. For 2 years it did that in English. Mother Emily Madonia said in 2015 it started doing it alternating between Spanish and English. There wasn't a button that changed these, it was just random. The family has owned the doll for more than 6 years and never changed its batteries. The mother says the doll would randomly begin to speak and sing even with the switch turned off. The family decided to throw the creepy doll out in December of 2019. Weeks later, they found it inside a bench in their living room. The kids insisted they didn't put it there, and I believed them because they wouldn't have dug through the garbage outside. Madonia told KPRC2 Houston News. At number 2, the Axe Murder House. The Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca, Iowa, is a well-known tourist attraction for ghost hunters and horror lovers alike. The site of a gruesome, unsolved 1912 murder in which 6 children and 2 adults had their skulls completely crushed by the axe of an unknown perpetrator was purchased in 1994, restored to its 1912 condition, and converted into a tourist destination. It costs $428 a night to stay at the old haunted home, where visitors always report strange paranormal experiences, such as visions of a man with an axe roaming the halls or the faint screams of children. But in November of 2014, haunting took a darker turn. Robert Steve Larson Jr., 37 years old, of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, was a regular recreational paranormal visit with friends when true horror struck. His companions found him stabbed in the chest and apparently self-inflicted a wound. Called 911 and Larson was brought to a nearby hospital before being helicoptered to Creighton University Medical Center in Omaha. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said Larson suffered at the self-inflicted injury at about 12:45 a.m., which is around the same time the 1912 axe murders in the house began. Larson recovered from his injuries, but has never spoken publicly about what occurred that day. For Martha Lynn, the owner of the home, the incident was very upsetting in publicity, but it's not exact the kind of publicity you desire to have. I don't want people thinking that when they come to the Villisca Axe Murder House, something's going to happen that's going to make them do something like that. The house remains open for tourist visits and overnight stays today. At number 3, the Enfield Monster. In 1973, a man in Enfield, Illinois, told reporters that he saw a weird little creature lurking in his yard. Per the Mount Vernon Register News, resident Henry McDaniel stated it had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. The police later found scratches on the door, screen, and footprints that looked like a dog's butt with 6 toes. If they do not find it, McDaniel said in the newspaper, they will find more than one and they won't be from this planet. I can tell you that. To this day, no one explanation has ever been found. At number 4, a deadly exorcism. In August 2016, in North London, 26-year-old Kennedy Ive began acting strange and aggressive following a pain in his throat. He reportedly bit his father, threatened to cut off his own penis, and complained of a python or a snake inside of him, before his family restrained him to a bed with cable ties and excessive force. As the BBC reported, the family then set about attempting to cure Kennedy through restraint and prayer. Over the next 3 days, the court was told, his brother, Colin Ive, told police, "It's clear that thing was in him. What we believed was a demon because it was not natural. It was clearly trying to kill him," he said. "We have to restrain him for himself. It was clear if we didn't restrain him, he could have tried to harm people in our family." Kennedy Ive had been bound to his bed for 3 days without medical attention when his brother called emergency services, explaining that Kennedy Ive was complaining of dehydration. He appeared to have developed breathing issues and was pronounced dead at 10:17 a.m. As the Independent reported, while police were at the house, Colin Ive allegedly carried out an attempted resurrection by chanting and praying for Mr. Ive. All 7 of Kennedy Ive's family members were accused of manslaughter, false imprisonment, and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult. A post-mortem examination revealed over 60 wounds, including a possible bite on Kennedy Ive's body, and his father Kenneth Ive, along with 4 of his brothers, have sustained injuries as well. The BBC reported Kenneth Ive told jurors he ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but denied that an association with cults and secret societies played any part in the death. After a 4-day jury deliberation, all 7 family members were cleared of charges on March 14, 2019. At number 5, Florida devil worshipping. Friends noticed that Danielle Harkins, a 35-year-old schoolteacher near St. Petersburg, Florida, started acting strangely in June of 2012, developing an interest in demonic rituals soon after. She was arrested for abuse of 7 of her former students, as the Tampa Bay Times reported. Danielle Harkins told the kids they needed to ride their bodies of demons as the group gathered before dusk Saturday around in a small fire near the St. Petersburg Pier. They should cut their skin to let the evil spirits out. Police said she told the children then they needed to burn the wounds to ensure those spirits would not return. When Harkins held a lighter to one teen's hand, wind blew the flame out. Police said that prompted her to use his hand and perfume before setting it on fire. The boy suffered second-degree burns. Police said another teen was cut on the neck with a bottle that was broken. Police said Harkins used a flame to hit a small key, which she then used to cauterize the wound. The police were notified because a friend of one of the students who participated in the ritual raised alarms. However, none of the students themselves told their parents about the event or would comment. Following the arrest of Harkins for aggravating battery and child abuse, NBC reported investigators said these spoken to Harkins, but she didn't spell out what type of religion would require such drastic measures. She has informed us exactly what she was trying to accomplish with this. Well, now this video is now coming to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am Storyteller, and it's time to close the book.